Thank you, Eric. It's an interesting question. Kaguthi is taking us back to over 60 years ago. In that particular year, when we first came here, remember we just gained our independence. The Boundaries Review Commission of 1961-62 created a new district called Nyandarua. And that district, 63, 64, and a bit of 65 did not have a single secondary school. So the leaders at that time decided to bite the bullet. They said, we must stop any student from this district going outside to any school. We'll quit ours. So they went to an abandoned, I think it was an abandoned school, no church, down here at Dhambi's place. And they brought us there, 7 of us. So how we arrived? We arrived there using those buses and taxis at the time. It was an open ground with a church. We did not have any semblance of a school. Not a chair, not a desk, not a bed, nothing. But around 6:30, we saw a big lorry bringing the mattresses to that place. What did we do ourselves? We started now being also responsible. The maize stocks, we created renos. Huko wakachoka alikuwa wamoja. Where is the water even for our food for the evening? There is a dam to the west, and we had to go and get that water. We cut the drums, and our cooks mixed the maize, hot water, and we had our ugali na mboga. Sleeping on the pulpit, the stage pale. That's where we put the blankets. We put the blankets on rows. So each with 2 rows. So each of us was now with the 2 blankets, mtu analala ya kulalia na nyingine. That was our first day in Nyandarua High School on the 29th of March, 1965. The boys were mature. And when I talk about mature, I mean mature. Actually, one of them was married. I had worked for 3 years myself before I went to Standard 1, so I was also mature. But we had one or two who were very small that time, because adult education was starting from all angles. So that is our first day in Nyandarua High School. Remember, hurricane lamp, that was it. But the following day we had the pressure lamps. There was a pressure lamp inawekwa mafuta, and then there was a bit of pumping. So hakuna stima anything. Huko nje, there were bushes all over. And what the school did, they bought enough pangas, enough jembes, and we leveled those anthills and created our field. Sitting, there were some abandoned stones, so you would get planks, bao, then tunatengeneza darasa. Yes, and that's why I say the fact that I was in that bush school with a motto which was crafted by the 3 teachers. Fantastic motto, striving for excellence. Some of us have lived on that. I became a workaholic because of that striving. And that's how that school was started by the late Joshua Kiari Njoroge, our headmaster, Erastus Kiarida, and Benson Masharia, the 3 teachers who started it. Don't mind whether they were P1s or what they were. What we know, they were not graduates. But with the determination, the further guidance those teachers were giving us, I can tell you, we can quote success of the various alumni of that class. We were all being told, tutajenga shule mpya mzuri sana, where the compound I'm in now here. This was all bush and mashamba ya wazungu. And this school here, it is a long story for it to be here in 3 years. I think it took 3 years. Even the girls came the following year, but they were put at Mailene, where the county council, where we have the disabled place. That's where our girls were put. The following year, 67, they outgrew Mailene, wakapelekwa form 1 na wale form 2 Karagoini, na sisi form 1, 2 and 3 tukabaki pale kwa ile bode where there is a polytechnic. Take a picture of that polytechnic today, then you see what I'm talking about. That particular, it's a polytechnic now, but nothing much has been put in it in terms of changes in development. The 4th year, we are now form 4. Karagoine is not commodious to accept the three classes of girls. This one here, you cannot get the double 8 classes, no. So for us, the first pioneers, we were now shifted from here. We were lent to Laikipia High School, next to Nyahururu Hospital, hapo. That's where we finished our high school. But the loyalty of the first form 1s, all of us, we were at that time 72, 2 more added when we were in form 3. We finished in that school, but all our certifications came from Nyandarua High School. And that is my story of the first 4 years in Nyandarua High School.